You're looking awful studious there this morning.
Yeah, we switched from winter electricity rates to our time of use schedule to summer. And so the peak hours are now 1 p.m. till 6 p.m. and shoulder is from 11 till 1 p.m. and from 6 to 8. So basically we're on some type of increased rate between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. every day.
Yeah, it's a little harder in the summer.
A little harder in the summer.
Yeah, both cooking and maybe any extra laundry unless it's a weekend day. It started 4/1 Saturday, but the weekend's always off peak. So now today Dawn is thinking about it.
Yeah, I got to get it ready because the shoulder starts at 11 a.m.
Okay.
We're off peak right now.
Great, good morning. Oops, I forgot to turn your light on. Good morning, pretty girl. Hey. Well, this young man was so asleep this morning that I had to call him out of the garage. Usually he knows we're in the kitchen and he shows up with his little face in the door, but not this morning. And here's Marty. I don't see Morris, but of course we're back at dark early this morning. It's got to be confusing when some days Mom doesn't come out until 9 and other days she's out at 6. So, well, it's closer to 6:30 now, but you get the gist. That Ajuga sure is looking pretty behind you there, Marty. Tux is doing good. Got his chicken. Here comes Ruby with the FSD 11.3.4 update on, but not .5. Hey, bud. Good morning. Hi. Hello. He's such a good boy. Oh. Morris did show up around back, so that's good. He was all in a good mood and got a little bit of loving. Morning, Panther. You hold down the fort for me. I love you, buddy. Sorry, my hands are full, including my big camera this morning. Can barely get out to the car with the door opening for me. Good morning, Ruby. Well, that's pretty right off the bat this morning. All right. Oh, come on, Ruby. Temporarily unavailable. That's bull. Hey. I haven't forgotten how to engage autopilot on Ruby. Sort of the same thing I experienced with Jules. The symbols are up there, and then when you go to engage it, it thinks about it, doesn't like it, makes you do it a couple times. I think some people thought 11.3.3 got held, or 3.2 got held for it not engaging properly. I heard rumors about that. Not sure I read a concrete article. If that was supposed to be fixed in .4, I would say it might not be. There's a dump truck up there. It's making the start of my morning drive, my commute. Matter of fact, there's 2 dump trucks in front of us. Yeah, great. Yeah, we'll be out on Main Street in a minute. Just to note, going around the corner here by the new library and the post office, Ruby put the turn signal on, the right turn signal, for no reason when we're going straight on this road. She's been doing that and she's still doing it. I had seen that behavior still existing with Jules as well someplace, so sorry, buddy. Blame it on full self-driving. Oh, I wish I'd have been filming. Oh, wow. So when we went through that intersection, she got in the right lane. Like, she went right where she had a choice because she knew she was turning right. This is the thing that has been keeping me from driving, using full self-driving to get up to Main Street, because she would not go through that intersection properly. Okay, I'll demo it later today when I come back out again or something, or tomorrow. I'm not sure I'll be back through the intersection this morning, but wow, that was a huge improvement. Like, just go over and get over. I had the turn signal on. It was perfect. Excited. I'm excited. saw the changing lanes to go around slower traffic messages now at the top of the driver instrument cluster instead of at the bottom. That's an improvement. For me personally, I can see it better where I have the wheel, my seating position. I know you new folks with the yoke, you know, you've got more visibility of the driver instrument cluster, but I can see the whole thing where I have the steering wheel, but the bottom is a little harder to see than the top. So I think that's an improvement as well. So far this morning, other than it was slow to engage, everything is going really good. Tomorrow morning, here, let's get back in autopilot. Tomorrow morning, I'm really gonna have to try that minimum lane change for current drive that they've added or changed over here on this autopilot setting screen, because Ruby got me in the left lane to get around slower traffic, and the message now says use the turn signal to cancel in that case. And I let her take me over, and it saved me a lot of grief, and she got me over left at a perfect spot leading up to a stoplight where there would be slower traffic. Perfect. So glad she did that. But then just after the stoplight, she was she was very insistent on getting me back over twice. And I ended up jerking myself out of autopilot because I didn't want to go back over. And the one time she started to move the wheel, and I wasn't really sure that was a great place. I mean, I wasn't sure there was good clearance on it anyway. I really need her not to put me back over there. I am back over now, but I probably would only just now be getting back over. So I really need to, I just need her to kind of stay put where she is a little bit more. She knows I'm turning right up here, and well, right now I think it's like another 5 miles, and I need her just to, that's the speed limit slowing down there. I need her just to, you know, not worry about that turn, that at the point where she's doing that, we're 7 miles away from it. And this is not, you know, the freeway in California where there's no hope of getting over or something if I don't get over. This road is not so congested that there's no brakes. There's stoplights here. There's lots of opportunities to get back to the right. So I thought we were going to get all the way up here at least to the 401/70 split by the Lowe's in Garner, but I didn't make it. I had hopes, but we're going to try that minimum changes for current drive thing tomorrow. Well, the 401/70 merge was basically a disaster this morning for a number of reasons, most not related to Ruby. The only time I've ever made it through there on the full self-driving beta, either by choice or having to get out, one of the two. Yes, Ruby, I see this is a stop sign with no, it's blocked because of the construction. I'm giving her the accelerator pedal with my foot to tell her it's okay to go through. She's confused there because they have disabled that stoplight because of construction on the other side of the road. I guess they feel they don't need it right now. And or maybe they tore up part of it due to the construction. There would only be people coming from the right, and I guess I just have to stop and wait for the traffic. She's slowing here to 35 because that's the real speed. It goes from 45 to 35 right there. It's so stupid. She didn't do anything wrong, but you know, people just don't brake there like that. So I put her back up to 45. Which I will reduce it now because on the other side of the stoplight, yeah, I don't want to turn either, Ruby. Oh wow, turned right in front of that person. That was the things you see in downtown. Okay, we're out of full self-driving because she wants to go to the right and I don't want to. The wheels on that old car. Okay. So, when I got up to Lowe's Home Improvement there in Garner, where she did so great in Fuquay of getting into the right lane and kind of staying in the right lane going through, she was going to do that there. And she can't do that there because navigation doesn't have us turning to the right, and we're not turning to the right, and that's a right turn only lane. First into the Lowe's and then onto Mechanical Boulevard to take you over to Highway 70 East. So I had to snatch the wheel there. Now I'm not getting prompted for it to ask me why, and I'm not sure what in 10 seconds I would have said, but maybe turn lane only. You know, not supposed to get in the turn lane probably would be the right thing to say there. So it's great going through Fuquay, but now I can see that if she's doing that behavior more, that's not going to be so great in probably by the Harris Teeter there at 1010 Road or by the Lowe's there in Garner. So I have to pay attention to that. But such as when you adjust for one thing, it has sometimes unintended consequences. Johnny got out at 7:34. He'll need to hustle. Don was reading an article in the newspaper about Dollar General this morning, how they're trying to run their stores, a lot of them with only 4 employees total, and how often there's only one person in the store, and when they need to use the bathroom, etc., they just lock the door and put up a sign, be back in 10 minutes or something like that. So I guess if I go up there, and I don't know that was just a 10-minute closure the other day. I didn't go up to the door because that nice guy next door, he helped me out. But I guess, you know, it would pay to read the sign and see how long it says before they're going to be back, because it could be pretty short, right? Don says it all comes down to inflation, minimum wage, and people being willing to work for whatever Dollar General is willing to pay, feels like they can pay, etc., etc. So, I don't know. I just feel like retail's never going to get back to what it was before COVID. It still feels like retail has lost so much since then. I am stretching quickly. It does feel to get good to get out of the car in the morning for just a minute. I'm headed over to pick up Sam. He offered and wanted to go to Duke Gardens with me, taking one for the team this year. So we're going to head over there as soon as I pick him up. And I plan to be back at 1 to grab Johnny, but Don's kind of on standby if I'm running late to do it instead, so we'll see how it goes. So this is interesting. It was on 0 and I had changed it, but as you change it up, you can see that it tells you, you know, what that percentage translates to based on the speed. Honest, that's just, it's fine for most people, I guess, but it's just a lot to soak up. Math on the fly. Wow, so there's these summon customized summon things, and I don't know that I saw this before, or it's changed a little bit, I guess. Maybe it was always there, but it's presented in a little, works a little slightly different or in a little different position. Because I know you would have to tell it some stuff like about your garage or whatever, but I guess it just looks different. But it puts it in perspective. That's interesting. Oh, I don't know. Is there anything else I need to know about this morning? Is that all of them? No, I thought there was more there. Yeah. I can't stand it when it tries to actually move the car. I don't want it to move it unless it really thinks I'm going to hit something or go into the ditch. That one got to me a little bit when I had it on. Alright, well, I don't see any other... There's no other autopilot stuff? I guess not. It's supposed to, on average, have a medium follow distance. So what's chill say? Larger follow distance and perform fewer speed lane changes. Changes for speed. Huh. Alright, well, I've reviewed the settings and thought about it a little bit. Okay, I fiddled around over here long enough now that I won't get over to Sam's house too early. Better get a move on it now though. So 40 minutes, 34 miles over to Duke Gardens, 8:50 a.m. That's reasonable. We're probably making a stop past a Starbucks on the way. So I'm in autopilot out here on I-40 headed west toward Duke Gardens. Obviously Sam's with me at this point. We've had our Starbucks. I brought an LMNT with me and was able to get a light coffee and real whipping cream, or real heavy cream. It was okay. I didn't have the extra monk fruit drops to add to it, which I would have preferred. But at any point, I set the minimum lane change thing. And so far, Ruby's not trying to get me out of the right lane, so that's good. I mean, I'm not super happy behind this truck, but since it's my first experience out here on the interstate with the new release, I'm sort of happy to just be tucked over in the right lane and see how it goes. And so far, so good. I didn't realize they were resurfacing over here. What a mess. I did get over and with the turn signal, and that went fine. Yeah, I think telling the car that I really don't want to make a lot of lane changes on this particular drive is probably a feature I will prefer. I don't want to go to chill mode, but I think I'll prefer this, I suspect. Well, out here on the interstate, I've been totally comfortable with the lane centering. And we've only changed lane once, and that was at, well, twice now, and that was at my request, so it's all good. So the BMW over there was entering I-40 from Davis Drive, and if full self-driving was supposed to detect his lane ending and or his turn signal and need to get over in front of me, it did not, and it did not slow. So I ended up having to disengage to let that guy out. Either that or he was going to get run off the road by me, by Ruby, not slowing, not giving him a chance to merge. So, I mean, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a close call or anything. I kept waiting for Ruby to let off the accelerator a little bit and let the guy merge in, and she was not letting him over. So, let's re-engage now. Oh, so I hate it when I engage autopilot, and the second I engage it, it switches lanes. But it was getting me out of this exit only lane, so I guess that was okay. But yeah, it's a little disconcerting when you engage it and it immediately puts on the turn signal, which I find happens to me several times a week. Back there though, that was valid. Nothing like wait until the very last minute. I'm like, I think she's taking me on the new road. That's not how you get to Duke Gardens. Swift Avenue, exit 14, it's up ahead. Why did she go down to 55? I don't know. I put it back to 65. That was weird. I mean, she was lowering the speed because she thought the speed limit went lower. Anyway, she got over 2 lanes, boom, boom. And there was room, and it was fine, and it wasn't close, but oh my God, get over before then next time. Oh, it's a trip. So I think I had heard that she was getting over pretty late for some people, that it went from like too early to too late. I think I agree. I'm driving and we're here. When we got off the interstate and she came to the stoplight, she did good, but when the light turned green, she acted like she had no clue she was supposed to go, like she was confused about how to make the turn. And I took over and I just drove the last 1.5 miles up here. Now to park.
But you know how it go when you live.
Oh my God, I'm giddy with joy. The parking lot's not full. I'll actually be able to park my car. Wow. Yeah, it's $2 an hour. It is what it is. License plate required. Use pay by phone, location 3109. You got to come scan that thing. Well, there's one over here in the far corner too. I know they don't do it. They removed the machines. Thank God the machines were. How long did it used to take us to get through the machine? Like 15 minutes?
That was longer than walking through the actual
Yeah,
park.
it was very painful. So I'm gonna park over here on the end, and it is what it is. It did take me longer to get the pay to park to work than I wanted. I had it scan my Amazon Prime card because I did not have a card saved in that app, and it scanned it as a MasterCard and it scanned the wrong number. How can you take a picture of a card in a major payment app and not correctly scan the card? So I had to cancel out and manually entered all the card information. And then the time expired because it took me more than 3 minutes, and I had to go back and reacclimate the time. And at least, I mean, on the weekend, sometimes when it's been full over here, you have to wait to get to the payment machine, and it was a real disaster. So this was still better, but not as good as it could have been. I'll stop whining now. But really, taking a photo of the card, I thought that technology was perfected. How can that not work right?
I'm so sure she's frustrated.
Right, I've never parked here and not been frustrated, although the day is better than other days.
And not a lot of people are here, so that makes it better.
Right. Now that's what I call a large pot. Although I have to say the poor baby's got has a dead branch. It's just really only the one though, so the rest of the tree still looks pretty good. Always got to stop and visit the fountain on the way in. The gentleman with the blower, at least it's electric.
Always got to stop and smell the metallic metal.
Right. Ooh, the parking lot's filling up. There are always some tulips planted right here at the front, but
roses.
Right. I'll take pictures of them down on the terrace, the big tulip bed. So the trees here are Yoshino cherries, and they are absolutely gorgeous when they bloom, but they're done. And now it's time for other things. Oak leaf hydrangeas on the left, azaleas on the right. But if you come when the cherry trees are out, then the tulips usually aren't quite ready, so it's sort of a toss-up unless you're going to come more than one. So I guess there's oak leaf on both sides too. It's just that there's a lot of azalea on the right. Anyway, this walkway opens up into the rose garden, which won't be doing a whole lot this time of year, but is pretty in the June time frame. And the big fountain, the heron at the fountain. Used to be able to see the cathedral above the trees, and unfortunately you can't see it anymore from this point. The roses were really like newly installed, I'm gonna say 5 years ago. They've added in this chain to keep them upright, and you can see there's a lot of promise here that it's gonna look pretty sooner than later, actually. So we came down the stairs, and we always go to the left because the left is toward, well,
everything.
Well, the tulips for sure, the terraced area, the big open picnic area, all the camellias are this way. Yeah, we usually start out going to the left, although we do circle around the backside over to what is currently the right. It's a large garden. Been here a long time, has a lot of specimens. So we turn to come into this section away from the tulips for now, and here's one of the deciduous azaleas. At least the blower's electric. I'd like to be away from the blower though. I didn't know there was such a thing as Virginia bluebells, but there's a lot of it over here in the shade garden. Sam thinks it's very pretty. I do too. Pinkish dogwood. And then, oh, you smell that sweet smell? The deciduous azalea actually has it sort of looks like honeysuckle, and it sort of smells like honeysuckle. It's got a wonderful scent.
Distinct lack of honey here.
Let's see what variety it says this is. That's the stuff on the ground, not the bigger plants. I don't see that they're labeled. Very pretty though. Hey, we're not at Yates Mill. Huh. This is interesting, sort of a light salmon color. Reminds me of like flamingo feathers or... Well, I can honestly say, Sam, that I have not been up these stairs before. It's a large garden. Yeah, I guess they have been working over here to enhance it. It'd be interesting to see when we get down to the Asian section what the bridge over there and stuff looks like, because they've been renovating it. Repainted it, putting in new things down there. Jeez. Dwarf crested iris. It does make for an interesting ground cover. Yeah, this is a very pretty. Look at the dangling flowers. Yeah, this is another variety of deciduous azalea. Aww. This one's called Don's Variegata. Orange azalea. Yeah. It's gorgeous. So we're in a little, I don't know, deck area that is has a roof that's in the shape of a birdhouse, complete with the little birdhouse hole. And then of course we have the sign telling us what kinds of birds we might be seeing at the feeder, just in case we didn't know. And then if we wanted to sit and watch the birds, well, we have bird feeder. The suet's all gone, but there is some nice, I would say, black oil sunflower seed in there.
Make sure to leave your favorite bird in the comments down below.
Right. Mom would like to see an eastern towhee. I don't see too many of them on our property. Well, we walked up the hill just a little farther in this direction, and I would say this is being cleared for some future expansion. The road's just right over there. I think that's... Well, the buildings and the road and stuff, they all border the garden. Even though it's huge, you can see it. But anyway, they've really been working on this area, which is basically north of the tulip terraced area. And it used to be just a little bit of something here, and now there's a lot of something.
Yeah, they said that this is all native plants from North Carolina.
Okay, well that makes sense with all these beautiful deciduous azaleas. Well, this could easily become a garden favorite over here. Look at the fountain and the place to sit. It's all designed for relaxing, and I guess we came in and went straight. That pink azalea caught my eye. I never looked over here toward the fountain.
If this was 10 years sooner, this would be a dream.
Yeah, you kids would be trying to get wet and then get back in my car is what you would have been doing. I know all about that.
There's 3 pairs right there.
Here's a native red buckeye. Don's sister Gail had given us some buckeye seeds. I don't know if they've germinated or not, but I really would like to get one of these going in the garden. It apparently really tolerates shade, so that would be good. Solomon seal patch here is looking very nice. I have a 2-foot by 3-foot patch out in the front yard perennial border. That's up and looking good right now too. Things that love the shade, love our yard. I really like this azalea. It's like double or triple blooms, and it's a lot of flowers but not a lot of leaves in the way. It's really pretty. I don't see the exact name of this camellia, but it's sort of one of those peppermint pinwheel ones, and it's coming to an end. There's a lot of petals on the ground. Well, the southern magnolia wedding portrait tree has it doesn't touch the ground anymore. The kids kept on climbing on it, and parents kept on letting kids climb on it, and it used to come down to the ground, and they would take wedding portraits on this bench with this beautiful cascading leaves behind the gown. And I imagine they still take pictures there, but I also can see that it's not what it used to be. That one on the other side needs a bench now, because look, that one's a little more natural, has a little nicer shape to it. We won't walk down to the pond today because there's not much to see, but in the summertime, dragonfly photos and the fish, and the pond has lily pads that bloom, and the pond.
Picnic baskets.
Yeah, usually the lawn here would be very full. Yeah, I have this video. It's one of our favorite videos of all time of the kids up here at the top of the hill, basically right here, rolling down the hill over and over again and having fun and thinking that was great. And they're, you know, good clothes that they came to the garden in for pictures.
I'm sure you were.
I was the one doing the video. We go, come on, again. Let me get another video. Let's do it again. Yeah, I don't think I discouraged you kids too many times from getting dirty and having fun. Well, that's neat. I don't know that I've ever paid that attention before. It looks like duck on either side with, I don't know, flowing out ribbons to the side or something. There are a lot of oak leaf hydrangea here. We're gonna have to come back in the fall. I don't think I've ever come in the fall to see them, and there are a lot here. It will be really pretty. Oh, we have arrived on the terrace. There's peonies here in front, and there are the tulips. Sam goes, yeah, I'll see you in an hour, Mom.
Let me just get on my phone.
Yeah, it probably won't be that bad, but those orange ones up there with the sunlight coming through them are catching my eye for sure.
There were times, you know, when we came here when we were younger, where she would pull out the 2 different cameras that she had around her neck. You know, I would have to carry one of them, and she would have the long, you know, range camera, and she'd make us sit on one of the benches over there, and
or the gazebo up at the top.
Tell us to stay put.
Yeah,
And
be patient. This is my part of the day.
Any other part was fine.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in my element here, photographing kids, flowers, and birds. That's my thing. My main thing. Well, I don't think we could have picked a nicer day to come, do you?
Oh, no. Sorry, I spaced out for a second.
I'm always what?
Well, you're always, you know, telling me to stop talking when you're recording, so I kind of have to tune you out sometimes to make sure I don't respond.
Right, but you're supposed to still cue in at the appropriate time.
Yes.
The 2 corners at the top, on the left and the right, are beautiful. This one is not quite as pretty though. Same flowers planted here as over there, but that side is much brighter and prettier. Now I understand why folks are in line to take photos over there. We were just sitting down, chillaxing, and we were in the way. We had to move. And people wanted to. So Sam saw glasses down there on the bench, and I went, oh my God, I took my glasses off for a picture and I left them. I got up. They've got to be over here where we were taking pictures though. Hopefully they're just still like nearby the bench. You know, they're a $6 pair of glasses, so I don't need to get bent out of shape. And I think I have a spare in the car, but still.
Need to borrow mine?
Yeah, I don't think I can see out of yours. Yours are different. We found my glasses. They were on the ground behind the bench, so I can see up close again. Yay! Don't need to read much out here in the garden, but camera settings and stuff. Well, you can certainly see why they call it the terrace. I guess we've been here probably an hour. I've taken my fill of tulip photos and portraits back and forth now, and we're gonna head over toward the Asian and water area of the gardens. And it's gorgeous over here, pretty day. The sun has kind of gotten more milky. I wish it was a little brighter still, but I got plenty of photos. Does anyone know what that's for? This is the second one we've seen in the garden. Does it catch insects? Is it, I don't know. What's it for?
Well, there's a stick in the middle of it.
Yeah, I see that.
So that may be a sapling that they're trying to protect from insects.
Is it a stick or a pole? I think it's just a pole.
Well, I see, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pole.
Oh, you're right.
I checked to see if this was pygmy. It's not. It's caparci, C-A-P-A-R-C-I. Dwarf, though. It is a dwarf. And I think that's what it means when it comes out with a little red in the beginning and then ends with a little red in the fall. We've not seen any waterfowl today, but it's still very pretty looking over the water. Sam's talking to me about sharks. He's been watching YouTube videos about sharks lately. He says, but Mom, I know everything about electric vehicles when we get together, so it's all fair in love and videos. There are a lot of beautiful Japanese maples here. Sam has heard me go, oh, look at that one. Oh, this one's cool. Oh, that one's lacy. This one is...
They are cool.
Yeah, I just really like them. I like them when they have the little flowers, the little seed things that coming out. This one's very nice. I think I remember me and Don saying that before. Red dragon. That's what this one is called. I haven't met a Japanese maple I don't like. I like some more than others, but I like them all. Wow, this is a tree peony. Peony. However you want to say it, I'm good with.
Peony.
Wow, that is so pretty. These are the kind we had in New Jersey. Well, we had white with like peppermint with little red wisps.
Back in Jersey.
Back in Jersey. Yep, there's a picture of me next to the 68 Pontiac Catalina, and the little peonies Dad had planted they were about this size, but they were not the tree type. Oh, look at that tree. The structure underneath the dangling branches is just gorgeous. This is called Moonrise Maple, and it's one of the varieties I bought last summer. Mine is pretty tiny still. It looks like this one was damaged and lost the top out of it at some point. I would guess due to falling tree limb out here in the woods, but it obviously tolerates a good bit of shade, dappled light, and mine has leafed out and I'm very excited about it. So, way cool. All right, this is the neatest one I've seen in the garden that I haven't remembered seeing before and don't own. It's called Ghost Dancer for obvious reason. It's like, looks like little skeleton leaves, all of the variegation and stuff. It's very, very cool.
Now we just need to find the Elton John tree called Tiny Dancer. Closer, tiny dancer.
Oh my god. Here's another moonrise. I think, you know, this is more the shape to expect. We're almost back to the building at the parking lot. We've come out of the garden at an alternate exit so that we could enjoy this newer section. I mean, seriously, since we started coming here when you were a kid, yeah, they've really added a lot more garden, and it was already big and pretty before then. This is a nice place to sit. It's really...
There's like 50% more garden.
Nice wooden bench and cool stones here, and just so many things to enjoy about this garden. There's another dwarf red maple. I don't see a tag on that one though. It's sharing the pot with some hellebore. Oh, it's pretty. So we're right behind the visitor center building now. So if you come and you're not up to a super big walk, if you just go straight through the visitor center and out the back side, you can see a good bit of garden without going too far. This is what I would do if I had someone with me that wasn't up to the whole hike. You can see the tulips out front of the visitor center and see some of the Japanese maples and water fountains and stuff out back, and then go back to the car and it would be fine.
She doesn't mean that, by the way. If she comes to do garden, she's taking it for the 2 hour hike.
I would be reasonable, probably. Here's a pretty Model S. And there's Ruby still by herself back in the far corner. So a few people came like right after us, but nothing to fill the parking lot. I mean, honestly, I've never been here, I don't think, when the parking lot wasn't 100% full. So this is nothing short of amazing and quite convenient today. I kind of like to stop by Tesla on the way to get Johnny, and we have time. So, and this is, I'm pretty sure it'll take us past there. Well, it will if I choose that route. 44 minutes instead of 34. That's US Highway 70. That's gonna take us past Tesla. So let's do that. Let's go see if they still have this deep red. What is that color called? Model X?
Crimson?
No, it's like a deep red. I hear they have one over there for immediate delivery. I don't want it. I do want to see the red though. You know, if I pull up on the lot with Ruby and I go looking at that red X, that they're gonna come out and talk to me. That'll be funny. I won't part with my X. I ran my wipers and it spread pine sap. It smeared it instead of cleaning my window. I didn't listen to Ruby because she still doesn't know about 885 over to 70, but I just followed the overhead sign. So I don't have her driving right now because she's still trying to get me to take exits that aren't necessary to take, which is just ridiculous at this point. Needs to learn about 885 so we can navigate around Durham already. Okay, can Ruby full self-drive into the Tesla parking lot? Put on your turn signal. The truck behind me will appreciate it. It drives me nuts that she slows before signaling. Drives me nuts. Okay, stop, Ruby. I knew it was going to say drive me home today. I don't know, is that red that much different? I notice it's different, but I'm not going to say it's that much different. Well, this one has wood grain and I guess beige interior and a yoke. So I wouldn't want to drive this one home. 3 strikes. I mean, yeah, I can tell it's a little different. I sure would miss my chrome. See, pretty chrome. I wish this spot was empty so I could have backed Ruby in next to it, but there you can see both cars at the same time. Like I said, it's different. Is it enough different? Is it? I don't know. It's not leaps and bounds in my humble opinion. So they have a black X out front that's all opened up, and then they have a black X inside that's all opened up, and I'm sure you could get a test drive right now if you wanted one. Wow, that's a lot of X's. These don't say available for immediate delivery, so maybe some of these are being picked up as new. I tell you what though, seeing that many X's in a row does kind of make a girl salivate. Do any of these have white or non-yoke? See, here's another wood grain beige with yoke. That's what all of the, well, those are both are. How about this one? That one's got black seats. And I guess a darker wood. Yeah, or maybe it's the same, it just looks darker. I think it's actually a darker shade. Beige gets, so these are all wood grain. I guess, but you can't tell if they're performance anymore or not because I guess it's plaid or not plaid on the back end. None of these are plaid, so none of them are going to have carbon fiber, I guess. And these are all long range. Let's see what it says. All-wheel drive, full self-drive. Yeah. Pay-as-you-go supercharging. It's actually listed on the sheet. Well, there's a whole bunch of them on the other side too. So like I said, if you wanted an X, you would not have any trouble getting a long range. I don't see, not saying there's not a plaid, but oh, finally one with white seats and wood grain still, but at least white. I would get white seats again. I am not getting black or beige. That's a no. It was a firm no. Yeah, if there's a plaid on the lot, I didn't see it. Might be up front. Could be the one up front. Well, she's not gonna handle this good, but she handled that circle in the middle of the road back there good enough. She didn't hit the curb. Oh, I had to test it. I just had to. I suppose when we leave the school, I could go in the other direction and go through the other one down here just to try to catch it on video. All right, let's see if I can invoke it in time here. Now look, the speed, I'm doing it down to 20 miles an hour. It went through the other one way too fast. No! All right. Well, she did the other one okay.
Goodness me.
She handled the other one. She saw it. Why didn't she see that one? We just did the other one. I don't get it.
Elon.
Dang it. I swear she did the other one. I spotted a new Model 3. All right, don't say I never engage it downtown. Oh, whoa. It's like that car in front. Slow. Let's get over. I gotta. Dang it. I like that little button. I just didn't press it in time. That one that says don't switch lanes. This new setting is my friend. It's seriously my friend. Johnny said you were a bad boy and swatted Marty of all kitties. Don't swat Marty. Hi. Oh, he goes, I didn't do it. You did. I bet I got it on ring footage. You scared Johnny. We love you. We try to keep you out of trouble as best as we can, buddy. Hey, bud. I might have gotten just a little bit of sap on Ruby parking where I did at Duke. And it's not that I'm upset that she's dirty. It's just sometimes sap doesn't come off.
Yeah.
So I've learned to let Don know about these things, and then he can decide how much he wants to work on it. But it wasn't all over the hood. I mean, it really was just...
Mostly it's on the glass.
Yeah, it was not... It's happened one time worse before, so... Thank you for fixing her. Don's just back from his run.
Yeah, I ran today.
I've got almost 6,000 steps.
Oh, I only got 3.5 miles.
Yeah. Come over here so I can kick you. I'll give you a little love tap. I'll give you a little love tap. I've got Taekwondo on the brain right now. I'm leaving on time for Tux's vet appointment, although not a lot of time to spare. It's 4:45. I got home and I started doing something, and it took me 3 times longer to do it than I thought, and I wore myself out, and a little bit of spring yard work stuff, and yeah, wow, that was yeah. So I'm wore out now. I'm sitting down in Ruby taking Tux. I got a plan for dinner, although taking Johnny up to Taekwondo, I might get some help from Dawn, because I'm making cheese stuffed chicken breast, and that's a little bit of prep work. Hopefully Tux gets a good report. So Tux's checkup went fine. He's not happy. The outside guys, I just have them deworm them whenever I bring them once a year, and Tux tried to spit out the Drontal tab, and it tastes awful, and he's sort of foaming it in his mouth, and he's not happy right now. He should have let the nice girls get the pill down his throat, and it all would have been good. But he's fine. Dr. Liz thinks he's licking, and she says cats tend to be closet lickers, whereas the dog keeps you awake all night, and you're well aware that the dog is itchy. And I know Tux is itchy, but I've never seen him licking. But anyway, we're going to try prednisone for a couple of weeks, see if that helps with the itchy. See if, I think it's worse in the winter for him because of the low humidity, and he just gets, and then in the summertime when it gets all nice and humid here, he's better. So I have a new pill pusher. I get to give Tux pills for 2 weeks. I probably can, especially with the pill pusher and Johnny's help. But anyway, I was relieved. Johnny was a little worried something was really wrong with him. Dr. Liz is like, no, that's allergies. that's allergies. So I'm going to take him home and let him out and give him something good to eat to get that nasty taste out of his mouth. I dropped Johnny off at Taekwondo. I left the driveway with a stick. I assured Johnny that it was just a branch trapped under the car dragging. But it is disconcerting to hear a funny noise, and Johnny did confirm when he got out that, yes, I am indeed dragging a branch. It'll eventually break and come out. I've tried to pull them out before, and that doesn't usually work so good. I wonder if going in reverse would help, because I was really hoping that the speed bumps over here would dislodge it. But no such luck. I'm headed into Agri Supply. I've got cheese stuffed chicken breast made and ready to cook for dinner. I don't have anything pressing I need from Walmart. That's it. I was able to pull it out. I think I got it all. It's just a little branch, but now you understand why when I see them on the driveway, I stop to pull them off or to throw them off to the side. Because when they get caught up underneath there listening to that racket, it's not any fun. And if you're not sure, then you worry a little, even though you tell yourself there's no reason to worry about it. I wanted to see what plants they had, and I wanted to see what pots they had. I'd say the plant prices are a little high. They had a 24-inch barrel plastic pot for $25. I mean, it was pretty big, but not super huge big. Class is almost over. I think I said Johnny's doing makeup testing on Wednesday. This is for another piece of black tape on his belt. I had also said a few weeks ago he's not gonna be ready to test for 4th degree before he takes off for college, which is a bit of a bummer, but he may take lessons during the summer or when he's, you know, go to a class when he's home on break or something like that. A little sad to see it come to an end for him, but now is that a cheese stuffed chicken breast or what? There's a lot of bacon there. Somebody's got a lot of bacon tonight.
That's right.